Welcome to the Concise Nethack video about Extinctionism, meaning that I'm playing this game as an Extinctionist. Extinctionism is an unofficial conduct in NetHack. That means the game doesn't track when you're playing Extinctionism. You have to track it yourself. So let me define Extinctionism. Most monster types in NetHack can only be spawned a maximum of 120 times. As soon as 120 of them have appeared, then there will be no more of those by most means of spawning. So when you play as an Extinctionist, you kill 120 monsters of most every monster type. And by my own personal definition, I define Extinctionism as being able to cast create monster on every level of the dungeon and having it not actually create a monster because they're all extinct. Extinctionist games take a long time. There are over 340 monster types that can be summoned 120 times each, meaning that depending on your playstyle, you may have to kill over 40,000 monsters in an Extinctionist game. Try to say in an Extinctionist multiple times. Tongue twister. If you can summon and kill a monster every 5 seconds, it would take over 60 hours of game time to kill those 40,000 monsters in the game. It takes a long time because you probably can't summon and kill a monster every 5 seconds, although you can get close. So you're seeing my NetHack game here. I actually already completed this NetHack game as an Extinctionist, but I saved snapshots of my game along the way so that I'd be able to come back and make this video and show you what it's like to play as an Extinctionist. Of course, I'm not going to play the whole thing on this video, but I'll restore a snapshot, so show you what the game was like at that point, and then skip forward to the next snapshot. There is a page in nethackwiki.com about extinction, and it has some more details about playing as an Extinctionist. You may want to visit that page. Genociding monsters is considered bad form for Extinctionism. You're supposed to be able to kill those monsters yourself, not just genocide them. Because if you get magic markers, you can write blessed scrolls of genocide and wipe out whole classes of monsters with each scroll. I didn't decide in this game that I was going to play Extinctionism until I was well into the game. And so by the time I decided, I had already genocided Shocking Spheres and all monsters of the Lich class. So you'll have to forgive me for that. But maybe you don't want to call this an actual Extinctionist game. First thing I think I want to show is the hashtag Vanquished command. The Vanquished command is not available in all versions of NetHack, but it is available in NetHack 3.7, and I'm playing a pre-release of NetHack 3.7. If you type hashtag Vanquished, you get the Vanquished command, hit enter, and it will show you the monsters that have already been defeated in this game. I'm going to hit enter here in a second, and you'll see that Vanquished command. But first I want to point out that I first saved my game at turn 91,543, so I'm well into the game. I'm experience level 9, and my stats are good, and my armor's good. I'll show you that armor in a minute. But by the time I got to turn 91,000, I had already extincted several monsters. So I'm going to hit enter now, and you'll see the list of monsters that I have defeated, or that have been defeated. One glass golem, the dark one, is my quest nemesis. So I've already completed my quest. And various monsters here, an ogre tyrant, an ice troll. You can see I've defeated 14 invisible stalkers. Hit the space bar. Various random monsters I've killed up to this point. Space bar. You can see that I've killed 120 leprechauns. I ran into a couple leprechaun halls, and so had multiple leprechauns. Leprechauns are extinct. None of these others you've seen so far are extinct. But I will not see any more leprechauns this game. I'm getting close to extinction on house cats. Blue jellies, as I mentioned, most monster types can only be summoned 120 times, but there are some ways to summon monsters that ignore the 120 limit, such as splitting a blue jelly. I farm blue jellies when I play as an Extinctionist for a reason I'll show you here in a few minutes. Bugbears are nearly extinct. Imps are extinct. You see these others. Mountain nymphs are probably extinct, but there's probably a sleeping mountain nymph hiding on a level above me somewhere. Orc shamans are almost extinct. So you're seeing all these extinct monsters that I have already killed 120 of. You want to add up how many thousands of monsters I've killed so far? You don't have to, because the Vanquished command will add them up for you. Hitting spacebar again. Little dogs, floating eyes. Now you want to be careful with extincting floating eyes. Floating eyes are the normal way that you get the telepathy intrinsic. And if you ever lose telepathy because of murder or some other way, it's hard to get it back if you don't have floating eyes. Well, fortunately, I found a tin, and I tinned like 20 floating eyes before I killed enough of them to extinct them. You can see that the monster types here that are showing as extinct are those that show up in the early levels of the game for the most part, because I've played up to dungeon level 9 and I've played the early parts of the game. So far at this point I've killed 9,772 creatures, including a number of these that are already extinct, but I've still got tens of thousands more creatures to kill in this Extinctionist game. Alright, that's the hashtag Vanquished command. Let me show you my current stats. I've maxed out strength with my gauntlets of dexterity. Sorry, my gauntlets of power. I've maxed out dexterity, constitution, intelligence, and wisdom. Wizards are very ugly with very low charisma. So you're not going to get great prices in the shops, for example. Not going to have great success with the succubuses and incubuses. So my charisma is still down there. But I'm in decent shape here. I got armor class of -22, experience level 9. I'll talk about that in a minute. And, oh, actually, I'm sitting on dungeon level 1 with 2 altars on dungeon level 1. The altar I'm standing on, I've got a cache here under this boulder, and I had this other altar here. Let's show you my inventory. First, my armor with the left square bracket command. Now, the reason that I decided to play as Extinctionist, actually 2 reasons I decided to play as Extinctionist in this game. I found an early Wand of Wishing, and I had multiple altars that I found in the early levels. I think altars are important for Extinctionist games, but other people may or may not agree. But that early Wand of Wishing got me a Silver Dragon Scale Mail. It got me Gauntlets of Power and Speed Boots. And so my armor class at -22 is great. My weapon is the Blessed Rustproof +7 Magic Bane. Magic Bane is the weapon that wizards get by sacrificing at an altar. It's the first artifact weapon that's granted. Some players don't like to enchant Magic Bane up to +7 like I do. If you keep Magic Bane at like +1 or +2, I don't remember what the maximum is, then you get the special effects of Magic Bane much more, like scaring monsters and confusing monsters and canceling monsters. Those are nice, but I consider for a wizard character, I really like that +7 and getting that extra damage when I'm attacking monsters. Here's my whole inventory, not carrying much gold. I've been on my quest. I have the blessed Eye of Aethopica, if that's how you spell it, or say it. That artifact weapon is really great for wizards. The reason is you regenerate your spell power very quickly. You can set it at an altar and create monster, and kill the monster, and sacrifice it maybe, and repeat that process very quickly, and you'll very rarely deplete all your spell power because it generates so quickly if you have that artifact weapon. I have a stack here of elven daggers to throw at monsters when I want. You've seen my armor. I'm carrying some food. Rings, I carry a ring of hunger in my main inventory because I like to eat giant corpses and they have a whole lot of nutrition, so I try and wear that ring of hunger so that I can not be satiated and I can control my hunger. I think I have a ring of, yeah, I got a ring of slow digestion as well. That's the opposite of a ring of hunger. Ring of hunger makes you hunger quickly. Slow digestion makes you hunger slowly. I'm still carrying an uncursed ring of shock resistance in my main inventory, mostly out of habit because I hate shocking spheres. They destroy my rings and weapons that I like to carry in my main inventory. I try to always carry a ring of conflict in my main inventory. If ever I get surrounded by monsters, I put on a ring of conflict and they'll hit each other, sometimes instead of hitting me. I like rings of increased damage. I always keep one hand free of a ring uh, for the most part, so I can slip my ring of conflict on that hand or my ring of levitation, which means I free up my other hand to wear a ring full time. And I like to wear a ring like increased damage. In this game, I never did get better than a +3 ring of increased damage, although I did have several scrolls of charging and I could have charged one up. I never did. Teleport control is nice until I hit, I think it's level 17 as a wizard when I get that intrinsic automatically. I have a few wands in my inventory. I've got my blessed greased bag of holding. I'll show you what's inside of that in a minute. I like a stethoscope, so as I'm fighting monsters I can see how close I am to killing them. Keys are great for unlocking chests and sometimes doors. I have a magic lamp here. It's a great permanent light source. I just always keep it lit. I always carry a pickaxe, usually in my main inventory. I've got the Bell of Opening. Um, that's needed for the incantation to get the Amulet of Yendor. I always carry a unicorn horn in my main inventory in case I need to apply it to cure some issue. A blessed luck stone to keep my luck up, and a blessed touchstone so that I can identify gems. I can drop the harp. I don't need that. I'll show you my bag. Apply B out. I've got a little bit of money. If you're going to play as Extinctionist, you're going to have lots of amulets of life saving. And if you want to use polypiling to change other amulet types into life saving, you're going to have a lot of amulets of life saving. I'm not sure I ever used an amulet of life saving in this game. When I finish the game, you'll see. I have a spare gauntlet of power. Don't need to carry that. I've got a few scrolls. When I run into scrolls and potions just playing the game, I typically pick them up, stick them in my bag so they're protected, and then when I get back to my stash and my altar, I will test them to see if they're cursed or blessed, and then stick them in my stash. Carrying a couple spell books that I also just picked up as I was playing. Here are some potions. I don't remember exactly. I think I finished this game with around 4,000 hit points because I saved all of my healing potions and my gain level potions, blessed them, and used them to run up my hit points, maximum hit points. So I picked up a lot of potions. I picked up a whole bunch of potions I didn't need, but I didn't really know how to play as Extinctionist, and because I'd never gotten very far before, so I saved a lot of stuff that turned out to be junk. So you can see I've got a lot of blue jellies here. When you play as an Extinctionist, you're going to have a whole lot of peaceful monsters and some. And if you just kill all the peaceful monsters, which I did at one point in this game, I ran my alignment record way down. I ended up hurting my luck so badly that I couldn't uh, level teleport at all. And so you kind of have to manage your alignment record. which means you don't just kill every peaceful monster that you encounter, and you certainly don't kill co-aligned unicorns. So you got to have some strategy for dealing with peaceful monsters. My strategy was to farm blue jellies. You noticed I had a ring of conflict. When a peaceful monster shows up, I slip on my ring of conflict, and the blue jelly, no, the peaceful monster will attack the blue jelly, and if it's not cold resistant, if the monster is not cold resistant, it'll take damage and increase the strength of that blue jelly. For example, I'm going to apply my stethoscope, apply C up. This blue jelly has 344 hit points. Blue jellies will, they start out maybe with 15 or 20 hit points, but as they are attacked by monsters, when the blue jelly hits with their cold uh, attack, the monster that attacks them will take damage, and the blue jelly will increase in strength up to a point of, I don't know, 50 or 60 hit points, where then they will divide into two. So you can farm these blue jellies. Let's check a couple other of these. Apply C that way. This blue jelly only has 31 hit points. It was recently split off another blue jelly. Apply C that way, and 25 hit points on that one. So I farm blue jellies so that I don't have to kill peaceful monsters, or at least not many of them myself, and I don't have to kill neutral unicorns in this case myself, because that can be bad. When you have a lot of blue jellies like this, you may want to pick up a Wand of Undead Turning, kill a blue jelly, go down a few levels, drop that blue jelly corpse that you picked up when you killed the blue jelly. You drop it and then zap it with your Wand of Undead Turning and revive the blue jelly. Because now that I have hit 120 blue jellies, they won't spawn automatically anymore, and my only way of farming blue jellies will be to do this. Kill a blue jelly, take a corpse down a few levels, and revive it. Okay, I'm going to stop talking and just hit for a few minutes, play the game. I'm going to zap C. I always put create monster in C. So I zap with capital Z, and I'll press C, and I'm going to summon, in this case, a large kobold. You can see that my power is 145 spell points. It's not a lot. I could probably quaff some potions of gain, what do you call them? Gain power, increase. I don't remember what it's called. I'll tell you what it's called. Back tick, exclamation point. Gain energy. There we go. These are all the potions I've discovered. I could quaff some potions of gain energy. I've probably got some in my bag, but this is enough. I'll have a hard time running 145 spell points down to 0, but I will be able to do it if I cast it enough. So I'm going to step off the altar, hit dot a few times. The kobold comes to me. I kill him. Zap C. Were rat. I don't want to sacrifice a were rat. Got to be careful to keep him off the altar. I'll just kill him. Zap C. Zap C. Got several monsters here. I'm going to hit that zombie or the ghoul, step off, and I'll try and kill monsters on the altar. 5 dot. 5 dot. Oh, there's a. Okay. So I'm trying to manage here so I can kill them on the altar. Now I got just one. Alt offer D. Yes. And I've sacrificed that corpse. Out of all those monsters, I only got one corpse. I've got a hopeful feeling, so my prayer timeout hasn't expired. And this is how you play Extinctionist. Put a basketball game on in the background, or listen to some music, or a podcast or something, because this goes on for a long time. I'm going to just play now and try and kill a monster, maybe sacrifice his corpse, and clean up the junk it's dropped. See if I can do that every 5 seconds. You can time me. Zap C, kill, zap C, step off, 5 dot. Oh, it's a peaceful monster. I'll go ahead and put on, I'm probably fine with my alignment record now, but I'm going to put on my Ring of Conflict and see if he'll step up by that blue jelly dot. And the monkey hits the blue jelly. The monkey is suddenly very cold. The monkey is killed, and that blue jelly just increased to 300. I mean, it was probably at 310 or so hit points. These three. Okay, Zap C. I got to remember to remove my ring of conflict, or I'll get hungry. 5 dot, kill. I'm going to eat it, just because I got to deal with it somehow. Zap C, kill it, offer, Zap C, 5 dot, Zap C. Nobody's dropping junk yet, but I will show you when I hit the, I type plus, my create monster fails 4% of the time. And that's why you may have seen that when I cast that spell, I failed to cast it correctly. But you can see how you can get fast here, and 5 dot, and kill a lot of monsters. Werejackal. And he left me no junk. Step off. So I'm stepping off for monsters that I can sacrifice. I'm wearing my ring of conflict. The kitten is killed. Remove the ring of conflict. Got a shrieker corpse. Shriekers are good for eating because you can get the poison resistance off for F. All right. Now I want to say a little bit about my experience level, and how that it relates to the level of monsters that you get. I'm actually, to explain this, I'm going to go up. You saw how, oh, actually I'm not, I'm on dungeon level 1. On dungeon level 1, I'm able to create monsters and still summon monsters at experience level 9. If I were experience level 7 or 6 or 5, it's likely that with all those monsters that that are already extinct, casting create monster would do nothing, because the level of monsters that appear is a function of your experience level and the dungeon level you're on. So I'm going to continue here at experience level 9 for a while, and if I'm able to extinct all monsters that can appear on level 1 with experience level 9, I could go downstairs to dungeon level 2 or 3 and cast create monster again, and I would be getting stronger monsters down there, so there would be new monsters that would appear. In this case, I have been controlling my experience level. I think you go to experience level 10 around with experience of 10,000 or so, and you can see I'm at 4,500 here. I may be wrong on those numbers, but when I hit experience level 10, I was casting Drain Life at myself. When you cast Drain Life at yourself, it moves you down an experience level, but it leaves your experience at 1 experience point less than what is needed to gain level again. So if I were to cast Drain Life at myself, I would drop to experience level 8, but my experience points here would be 1 point below what it would take to get me back up to level 9. If I hit D, or type plus here, you can see that I put Drain Life in my D spot, and I've cast this at myself a lot, because every time I go up to experience level 10, I drop myself actually down by casting Drain Life twice at myself to drop myself down to 8, and then the first monster I summon and kill takes me back up to experience level 9. Maybe that makes sense. All right. A few more. Zap C. Zap C. He's peaceful. Put on my ring of conflict. I could just hit him myself. Remove C, and if I wanted, I'm going to pick him up, offer him. Kobold Mummy, you can't sacrifice mummies. Drop his, I'm cleaning up the junk now. I picked up his mummy wrapping. I'm dropping it and kicking it under there. I suppose it would be smart for me to show you what's in my stash. So under this boulder, I have a ton of junk. No, not that much yet, but by the end of the game, I will have a ton of junk under here. So there's a bunch of stuff here, but I also have an unlocked box containing 40 items. If I loot that box, I've got a spare cloak of magic resistance. I've tinned so far 7 tins of floating eye meat. Got only 1 spellbook I think I've got other stashes down below. I'm sure that I do, but I came back up here. So this is kind of a unofficial partial stash. It's not my main stash. Got some potions, not a whole lot here. I did save some polypiling fodder here. I like magic whistles and figurines to polypile because when you zap them with polymorph, they might polymorph into a magic marker. And I have a magic marker. Got some unicorn horns and some gems. So this is not my main stash at this point. When you kill 9,000 monsters or however many I killed, you'll have a lot more junk than that. Okay, a few more minutes of this. Put all of the scrolls in my bag. I'll pull them out later and stash them. Got a ghoul. All right, let me talk a little bit more now. If you considered that NetHack were an infinitely long game, it's not, but if it were infinitely long, you would get an infinite number of everything. You'd get an infinite number of potions of gain level, wands of wishing, and any other thing that you might consider good in the game. When you play as an Extinctionist, it's not infinitely long, but you may spend 60 or 80 or 100 hours on this game, and you're going to have a lot of stuff. So stuff that you considered as important or rare when you're playing in a normal game is not necessarily that important or rare. So you don't need to save all that stuff. So I still saved my Wands of Wishings and my Magic Lamp, but you know, you don't have to save all of your unicorn horns. There are 120 gray unicorns, 120 black unicorns, and 120 white unicorns. You're going to have 360 unicorn horns, and you don't want to tote all them around. You don't just have 120 cats. You get 120 kittens, 120 house cats, 120 large cats, 120 lynxes, 120 jaguars, 120 tigers, 120 displacer beasts, 120 panthers. So you're going to kill over 1,000 cat types. How about mummies? You have human mummies, giant mummies, Eton mummies, elf mummies, orc mummies, dwarf mummies, gnome mummies, kobold mummies. That's nearly 1,000 mummies, and on average, you're going to have 823 mummy wrappings. That's a whole lot of junk. It's the same with zombies, nearly 1,000 zombies. So, okay, a few more minutes of just playing this level, and then I'm going to save and move on to another, or I'm going to pause and move on to another save game. And remember, I'll put C. Killed him, remove C, zap C. Kill the zombie, but not on the altar. I don't want his corpse there. Yes. Put C. Remove C. Potion of confusion. I would normally save those, dip them in or dip a unicorn horn in them in order to turn them into water, and then eventually turn it into holy water. What am I going to do here? I'm going to kick it. It's going to confuse me, but it'll break the potion, and that's one less piece of junk I have to deal with. And now I'm confused. Apply my unicorn horn, and move on. Is it quicker to drop a piece of junk off the boulder and kick it under the boulder, or is it quicker to push the boulder out of the way, drop it there, and move it back? I don't know. 5 dot, zap C, 5 dot, zap C. And you might think he's averaging better than one monster every 5 seconds. But this is only, I can play this way only, you know, part of the time. Water walking boots, junk. Because you know, there's a lot of times I have to spend going between levels, or identifying objects, or you know, doing things other than just killing monsters. 5 dot, put C, because that dog that wandered into the room was tame. That dog was not tame. I said tame, I meant peaceful. You've heard me in some of my other videos make that same mistake. You can see with all the zapping of create monster I've done, I'm still at about half of my spell power. If this orc shaman will leave me a corpse, I'm going to eat it, because eating an orc magic creature like an orc shaman can bump your max power. 5 dot. He's moving away. 5 dot, 5 dot. He doesn't want to get close to me because he can attack me from a distance. Dot, 5 dot. And I don't mind taking time here because I'm letting my power regenerate. See if I can get there now and kill him. And he did leave me a corpse that I want to eat. I may get a boost, but I need my power to be maximum. I'm going to say 22 dot. When you do, 55 dot or 22 dot, it will wait up to that many turns. But it will not wait past the point your hit points gets raised to maximum or your power gets raised to maximum. So I'm going to do 55 dot here, and I think it'll stop after a few turns when my power gets to 145 dot. Boom. I don't know how many turns that was, but you don't want to let corpses sit for more than 30 or 40 turns, or they'll get old and poisonous. He left me some potions and some gold and eat. Yes. I'm going to actually pick these potions up. I don't know why I'd ever need them. I'll put them in my box. Zap C. Offer. And every time I offer, I'm watching to see if my prayer time has expired. 5 dot, 5 dot. Now, I use when I can find a altar, I like to put a boulder right next to it. And I'm toying now with the idea of putting the boulders not directly north, south, east, or west, but at a diagonal from my altar. So you'll noticing that every time I summon, if the monster appears up here, if I step down past my boulder, then the monster doesn't step on the altar where he would if my boulder were at an angle. I don't know if that made sense either. Again, got a corpse. 55 dot. Yes. I'm now satiated, and I still didn't get the bump in spell power. I'm going to put on my Ring of Hunger for a few turns. But I should note that casting spells normally increases your hunger. But if you have the Blessed Eye of Ethiopica, you get hungerless casting. So casting spells will not increase my hunger. An aquamarine stone. I save all the gems. I had too many gems to carry out of the dungeon. I left most of them behind, but well, I left my gold behind if I remember. Stash I. Okay, that's enough at dungeon level 1. I've covered everything I want to cover here. I'm going to pause the video and move further on a little bit in my game. All right, same game. It looks very similar. You can see I don't have as many blue jellies because some of them were killed by monsters. You can see now that the one difference is my spell points are still low. I think they're lower than they were in the earlier part of the game. Hit points probably up a little bit. My experience level now, rather than being 9, is 16 because I got to the point here at this location where casting Create Monster would no longer summon monsters at level 9. So I went down, killed some monsters, went back up to level 10. When I say go down, I went down a few dungeon levels to my main stash, killed some monsters, went to experience level 10, then 11, and finally worked my way up to experience level 16, and now I'm back on dungeon level 1. If I type hashtag Vanquished now, you can see the first few screens look the same. Looks like small mimics are about extinct, as are gelatinous cubes, and gargoyles, and tigers, and tengu. And I'll space forward here a little bit. I've now killed more than 17,000 monsters. Let's just play a little bit here, and then I'll jump forward here. Zap C. And now instead of getting large cats and things, I'm getting centaurs. I'll let my blue jellies kill him if they will. 5 dot. He's killed. Removes conflict. a wood golem. And now we got a bunch of junk. Kick it on down under there to clean up a little bit. I do have some levels I'm going to show you later on where I don't do anything about cleaning up junk. And you know, I was going to show you all the cool things I learned about how to play Extinctionism, because with every monster class you run into, you may need a different strategy. But for example, Red Nagas typically won't walk right up to you until they're out of spell power. So you have to stand like a knight's move off of the altar in order for them to stand on the altar so you can sacrifice them. I've still got orc mummies after all the orc mummies I've killed. I've killed 1,000 mummies almost, and still getting orc mummies. Seemed like it took forever to clear out all the orc mummies. Links. Anyway, the game goes on. A few other things to note. The Summon Nasties spell. You'll get that. The Wizard of Yendor can cast Summon Nasties, as can a few other monsters like Archons and Sendestans. With Summon Nasty spell, they cast the spell that surrounds you with Master Mind Flayers and Cockatrices and Minotaurs and a bunch of strong monsters like that. The Summon Nasty spell does not respect extinction. So if you've already killed 120 Cockatrices or Master Mind Flayers, for example, if somebody casts Summon Nasties at you, then you're going to get more of those monsters. And say, for example, you're fighting Archons or Sandestans. Sandestans are shapeshifters. You never see a Sandestan corpse, but you'll know they're a shapeshifter. They'll turn into a black dragon or then into some demon or something, and they'll continually cast Summon Nasties at you until you kill them. And you run into 120 of them. You run into 120 Archons. You run into 120, if you don't genocide them, Arch Liches or whatever that cast these Summon Nasty spells. So you're going to kill a whole lot of Master Mind Flayers and Mind Flayers and others. And when you get to the point in the game where you're working on Sandestans, I got to the point where for an hour, all I did was summon a Sandestan, and it would cast Summon Nasties at me, and I'd finally kill them all and kill the Sandestan, maybe after it had summoned Nasties a few more times. And then I cast Create Monster and get another Sandestan, and the same thing happened with Archons. So Summon Monster or Summon Nasties is a pain, and you're going to run your kill count of some of those monsters way up. You have to rethink your play style. Don't play an Extinctionist game the same way you would play a regular game. I already talked about the things that you thought were valuable in previous games are not going to be valuable in this game. You're going to have to think of what you're going to do with junk. On several levels, I just let the junk pile up. The downside of letting the junk pile up is you may lose some potentially good stuff like potions of full healing and things and all that junk. And you got to wade through junk all over the level. I started making mistakes because of the monotony of the game. If you're playing for 3 hours straight and all you do is, killing a monster every 5 seconds, you're going to make some mistake. I sacrificed human corpses not once, not twice, but 3 times, and I angered my god and lost luck. I don't remember what all happens. Then you have to work your way back into favor with your alignment record, just because what is the shapeshifter that mimics humans? Anyway, that leaves a human corpse. I'd see, I'd kill a whatever it was and sacrifice the corpse to find out that it was a shapeshifter mimicking that monster that I thought I was killing. So I put a wand of cancellation in my bag of holding, which explodes the bag of holding and destroys a bunch of the stuff in it. In a normal game, when I do that, I figured I would just figure this is not worth it. I just destroyed all my good stuff, and I'd quit the game and start over. But in a genocide extinctionist game, um, when I did that, I just got another spare bag of holding and built up my stuff again. Um, you saw what I did, or I've described what I did with saving my game and creating backups. If you look at my Concise Nethack video on save scumming, I describe how I do that. That was very important in this game because two or three times I lost my game. Once because of a bug in NetHack. I don't remember what the bug was, but I'm playing a pre-release, and so there were bugs. Twice I lost my game because I launched a game while I had a game running already, and it deleted some of the files. I know there's a way to recover from that, but I lost multiple hours of playing time because of that NetHack bug and because of twice I relaunched a game when I had a game running just accidentally. Um, your Ascension kit items, you'll want to store backups of those because you lose items. I was playing along more than once, and suddenly I was barehanded. I'd lost my weapon and didn't know where, and I had to go back and find my weapon. But I'd lost pieces of armor and didn't know why. Um, and when you play a normal game, you might save a spell book and read it once or twice during the entire game. When you play NetHack, save every create monster spell, every create monster spell book you find, and every magic missile spell book you find, and every drain life spell book, and every finger of death spell book, because you're going to play so many turns you're going to forget those spells over and over again. You're going to have to go back, and you will wear out your spell books, and um, you may find yourself writing spell books with your magic marker because you've lost them. I should mention also about why I play as a wizard. It's technically possible to play Extinctionist as any character, but you saw how I cast Create Monster. Um, I don't think anybody, as far as I know, in the whole history of NetHack has ever retained their sanity while playing Extinctionist not as a wizard, because it would just take so long to build up your spell power. You need so many wands of Create Monster or whatever that if you're going to play Extinctionist, play as a wizard so you can get that Create Monster spell and cast it over and over. Is there any point in... I'll play a few more turns here. Zapsy. Gold Golem. Pick up the gold. Zapsy. Got a Dwarf King. 5 dot. Kill the Dwarf King. Clean up the garbage by kicking. When you're kicking stuff on an altar, don't kick the altar. That's bad. I've got this Gnome Queen that won't approach me. I think that's another bug in this pre-release of NetHack, because there are places monsters can get where they will not approach you. They'll attack you if you get close by, but you have to figure out how to get them close so you can... Okay, I think that's enough. So I'm at about 17,000 kills now. I'm going to move forward, pause the video, and pick it up in a moment. Okay, now I have killed about 20,000 monsters. I'm finally am off dungeon level 1. I moved down to dungeon level 7 because at experience level 16 I was no longer getting any monsters when I cast Create Monster in the earlier levels. But I moved downstairs here. I have got an altar here, and you see some corpses. I'm not farming blue jellies here. I think I am down in dungeon level 9. But here I've got a stash, and let's just see what kind of monsters I'm getting. Giant zombies. They're good for eating if you want to bump up your strength, but if I take off my gauntlets of power, you can see my strength is maxed out. Where are my gauntlets again? Wumpus. Kill a few monsters here. Quaddles. I like to kill monsters like Quaddles, if I can, on the altar because they may have a wand of digging. So I do an M dot, kill it on the altar, kill this one on the altar. None of them have a wand of digging. If they have a wand of digging, then they will zap it and leave a hole in your floor. I'm hoping to cast a few times here and get some giants, because giants can leave boulders, and you got to figure out what you're going to do with boulders. You can see I've stashed some boulders here, I've stashed some here, and stashed some around here. I like to have stashes of boulders because if monsters do show up with a wonder digging and leave a hole in my floor, push a boulder into the hole to fill up the hole. I got elf lady, she's going to run away now. 5 doppelganger, that's the corpse I was thinking of. If you kill a doppelganger, you may think it's like a gray elf or something, but then suddenly it's a human corpse. Don't sacrifice doppelgangers, but you can sacrifice elf ladies. And my prayer timeout just expired. I had a feeling of reconciliation. Got a couple potions. And elven daggers. Anyway, you can kick all that stuff off. You can drop potions of water on the altar when your prayer timeout expires and pray with an Alt P, and surrounded by a golden glow, so my hit points just bumped up. Alright, I'm not going to spend any more time on this level other than to talk about a couple other points that I recorded as I played the game. I mentioned polypiling, and I have a Concise Nethack video about polypiling, using the polymorph spell to create items that you need. I tried that. I think when we get down to level 9, you'll see my polypile passageway in the dungeon. I polypiled a little bit, and then I realized, wait a minute, if I play long enough, I'm getting an infinite number of any item I need. I'm not going to waste any time polypiling. So when you play Extinctionism, I recommend you don't polypile, and don't grab the polypile fodder that you're normally used to getting if you do like to polypile. I also want to talk about alignment record. Your alignment record is your standing with your god. You can't see it directly, but you can learn a little bit about it, for example, with a stethoscope. I'm going to apply my stethoscope to myself. Apply C dot. Apply C dot. I am piously neutral. Piously means that I'm in good standing. But your alignment record, as I understand, can be as low as, it can be lower than -9, and it can be higher. I got my alignment record in trouble by killing a lot of peaceful monsters, and it took a while it took a little while to bring that back up, because every time you kill a monster, you can bump your alignment record. But as part of that, killing all those tame monsters, I ended up with a very poor luck. You can use a Wand of Enlightenment to see what your luck is. Let me see if I'm carrying a Wand of Enlightenment. Not in my main inventory. I'm not carrying one. So when I get down to level 9, I'll pull one out of my stash and show you. But when you cast a Wand of Enlightenment, it's good not only for identifying your prayer timeout and what rings and amulets you're wearing, but it will also show you your luck, and it will show you your alignment record, like that piously neutral. And I ended up for quite a while being very unlucky, because I had killed all of the I hadn't personally killed them, but all the co-aligned unicorns. I could have thrown identified gems at unicorns, but I'd killed most of them with conflict, and it just took a while. I had a blessed luck zone. It just took a while for my luck to recover once I stopped killing those tame monsters. It was Naga hatchlings. You're going to get how many Naga hatchlings? You got golden Nagas and black Nagas and red Nagas, and they all come up with their hatchlings. And I am neutral, and so I had a whole lot of neutral Nagas and Naga hatchlings. And by the time I just killed them all, I'd run my alignment record and my luck way down. And then it took a while to recover it. And I should also point out that I don't remember what level it was, but I had killed all the Nagas, had no more Nagas. I think I got rid of all my Nagas by about dungeon level 9. And then when I dove deep into the dungeon, I think it was about the castle level, suddenly everything down there was a Naga hatchling. In a normal game, you get the hatchlings first, and then you get the Nagas. But I, for whatever reason, had killed all the Nagas, and then went down several more dungeon levels and ran into all the Naga hatchlings. All right, that's it for. I'll show you my hashtag Vanquished. You can see now I'm working on these monsters here. Longworms are half extinct, or a little over, up to 95 stalkers. I've still got giants, got giant mummies, elf nobles, they're probably extinct. It's 110, maybe I'll get a few more. Well, I just got 3 of them, didn't I? Elf ladies and elf lords. So I'll get a few more of those. Wargs are extinct, mimics are extinct, large dogs, pyralisks, and space, and 20,000 creatures vanquished. All right, pausing the video. All right, this is after about 25,000 monster kills. You can see I'm still on dungeon level 7, but the dungeon has changed significantly because I got 120 Umber Hulks, and Umber Hulks like to eat through, dig random passageways. I'm just not going to spend a whole lot of time here. I'll kill a few monsters. I got black puddings. Oh, if you kill puddings like black puddings, they might leave a glob of pudding. In NetHack 3.6 it was like a pudding corpse, but now in NetHack 3.7 it's a glob. And if you get 2 globs of pudding together, they coalesce into a single one. So 120 black puddings. Sometimes when you cast create, well, typically when you cast create monster, you get 1 monster. Sometimes you get multiple. Like here, I got 4, including a rock troll, and he's going to try and run away. I'll hit the Alex while I'm waiting for that other rock troll to step on the altar so I can sacrifice him. I had to kill 1 off the altar here. Kill the puddings, let him coalesce, and he's not gonna. What did he do? Control P repeats the previous command. He read a scroll of teleportation. I'm going to pick up this rock troll corpse. It's going to be heavy. Movement is difficult. Offer it so that it doesn't resurrect. Zap C, more trolls, and an Alex. Kill the troll. I don't like trolls. They come back to bother you. Kill the black puddings. And I probably killed more than I will have killed more than 120 black puddings because they divide, and you get more than 1. I think dividing a pudding doesn't count against the extinction count. Zap C, fog clouds. Oh, that fog cloud was actually a vampire. You can stand on an altar and the vampire will flee, but you don't want it to flee. You want to kill 120 vampires. If I try and move into that fog cloud in NetHack 3.7, it prompts me, or I can use the M direction command to actually move into it. Black pudding. Trolls. 1 troll, yes. Offer the troll. Offer the troll. Offer. I'm not on an altar. Oh, I thought it was on the altar. M. Offer M. Okay. Quickly show you my Vanquished list. Lurkers above are now vanquished. You can see I've killed 191 black puddings, but they're still spawning because I've split so many of them. Got 20 vampires left. And so you can see most of my numbers now are approaching the max. Got to kill some more soldiers. And that was 24,000 creatures. Okay, pausing the video. All right, this is about 28,000. I think it's about 28,000. I bypassed my main stash, which is on level 9. My experience now is up to 21,000. So in my previous place I previously showed you was dungeon level 7. I'm now down to dungeon level 19. Once I had cleared off, about dungeon level, I don't remember what experience level I was, but now I'm 21. I think I was 16 or so. I hit a point where I could not create any additional monsters on level 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I've jumped now to clear down to dungeon level 19. I think I'm not on an altar here. So at this dungeon level, I did not try to clean up my junk. I just stood on the upstairs and zapped create monster. I'm killing dragons. Now I have I hit plus. You can see I have the finger of death, and I still have my magic missile. Looks like I need to reread a spell book of magic missile. I never want that to run out for very long because that's my main magic spell for when I get in trouble. But finger of death is also a good one. So I don't have a stash on this level. There's no chest here. I'm just killing monsters, and you can see I got a whole bunch of uh, dragon scales, a whole bunch of dragon corpses. By the way, you don't have to do this, but I typically eat one black dragon corpse per game. That gives you disintegration resistance. But you don't really need disintegration resistance. The only disintegration spell there is from a black dragon. And if you have reflection, it'll never hit you. And if you don't have reflection, then it's going to disintegrate your armor before it disintegrates you. And if your armor gets disintegrated, do you really want to continue your game? I don't know. So a bunch of dragon corpses, potions. I'll pick up these potions and take them back to my stash. But they leave a lot of junk. You want to see more junk? There's some junk. Potions. More junk. Got more junk there. Wand of teleportation. I love Wand's teleportation. I love to take them on my Ascension with me. But I realize in this game, you don't need Wand's teleportation. Potions of full healing there. So I'm killing dragons here, but there's nothing that's coming along and picking up all those potions because I'm down to just dragons. How many dragons will you kill? What types are there? Red, gold, yellow, black, silver, white. You got 120 of each. So it goes on forever. Um, Anything else I want to show you here? I've run my hit points up to 1800 max. I probably did that by sacrificing at altars. I don't even think at this point I had been quaffing my potions of full healing and extra healing and diluted extra healing. I've got a whole video, Concise Nethack video on uh, bringing your hit points up through quaffing potions, your maximum hit points. And I did that in this game. I may have done it some here, but and you can see I keep losing maximum spell points by stepping on whatever that magic trap is that lowers your. Anyway, there are things that increase your max spell points and things that decrease them. So I'm actually, not making much progress there. Zap C, kill a few more of these guys, and I've got enough spell points. I could just use Finger of Death. Zap F that way. Finger of Death will kill all dragon types except for gray dragons because they're magic resistant, and silver dragons because they have reflection. Anyway, pausing the video. Oh no, I'm not going to pause it until I show you #Vanquished. You can see in my dragons 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we have in NetHack 3.7 there are 1,200 dragons that have to be killed. It takes forever. Oh, by the way, you also have 1,200 baby dragons you have to kill. It takes forever. You can see the things that are not, but most everything in this list now is going to be extinct. 9 Nazguls, they're extinct because if you're a Lord of the Rings fan, you know that there are only 9 Nazguls. So the extinction counter for Nazguls maxes out at 9. And everything else is extinct. Blind Cleric. I don't know how I got a dead cleric, maybe with conflict. Only 1 Nalfanshi. Those guys can cast summon nasties. 2 ghosts, we'll get to those later. Baby purple worms, got a few more of those. I got some water demons by quaffing at fountains, but just 2. I'm done with trolls, done with Sasquatches. We'll find more electric eels and genies, but you can see I'm at near 120 on most of these things. I wonder if wolves made it past 120 because when you kill a vampire that is a wolf, if that increments that counter. Don't know. Okay, 28,000. Pausing the recording. Alright, here I am, still experience level 21, dungeon level 23. 31,000 monsters killed, I think. You can see I've been killing iron golems. They've been leaving me lots of iron chains. Again, this I'm not at an altar here. I'm just killing monsters on the upstairs. Zap C. Oh, I saved this at a point where I can cast Create Monster and not get any more monsters. Zap. It just silently fails. Nothing else appears. Let's go downstairs from 23 to 24. Zap C. Nothing appears. Can't go downstairs here because I've got haven't explored this level. Can I zap magic mapping? No. Got magic missile. Well, so typically once you, oh there, good. I got a trap door, so now I make it down to dungeon level 25. And zapping C still doesn't create any monsters for me. I'm going to put on my I wrapped my towel around my head. I have telepathy, so I can see monsters on the level that have brains. You can see I've got 2 sea monsters here, 2 sea monsters here. I think I may be on the castle level. This isn't the castle level you're normally used to seeing because the castle level is full of soldiers and dragons and trolls and giants and all sorts of monsters. All I've got are a few sea monsters and a couple of minotaurs. I still think it is the castle level, and the reason I'm showing you this is to point out that once when you play an Extinctionist game, if you get to a level like the castle level and you've already extincted the monsters that would normally show up there, they don't show up there. Let me play just a little bit here. Let's deal with this minotaur and remove E. Minotaur. Yes, it is the castle level. I'm going to go ahead and play the castle level a little bit here. We can kill the sea monsters. Giant eel and a shark. Eels are dangerous, sharks are not. Another giant eel. When you fight giant eels, you have to watch out that they don't pull you into the water. And one thing I want to show you here, I had thought when I first started this that if I stood next to water and cast Create Monster, that I could summon, for example, a giant eel or a kraken in the water. Zap C. Zap C. Eels and krakens are not extinct, but apparently the Create Monster spell does not generate sea monsters. So when I played my NetHack game, I didn't kill 120 giant eels and 120 sharks and 120 piranhas and 120 krakens and whatever else there were, because by the time I got to this point I was so sick of NetHack that I was not going to sit around and wait for these monsters to spawn. I don't even know if they spawn spontaneously if you wait enough time. I figured I put in my time. I'm not killing 120 krakens. Now what I'm looking for here is do I have a ring of levitation? I do. Okay, typically, now I got to get past this drawbridge here. There are a few ways you can do it. You can go around and come in the back way. You can play the pass tune while standing here or here. Don't play the pass tune while standing here. And I used to play the what's the name? The Mastermind game. I used to play Mastermind and open the drawbridge. Okay, got a shark. But now I just zap it with a Wand of Striking. Do I have a Wand of Striking? P. zap P, P, no, zap P that way. Drawbridge, portcullis. Okay, put L, floating, that's my ring of levitation. Are you used to seeing the castle level so destitute and abandoned? So I got a throne here. I'm going to sit on the throne, very comfortable, sit on the throne, and it tried to teleport me, but the castle level is no teleport level. I'm going to pick up the chest, drop it out of the way, because there's a door right there, and I don't like going past junk like chests. I looted every chest I ran into. Because, for example, I don't ever have enough potions of gain energy. And Identify I used a lot too. I have Identify spell books, but I didn't read a lot of them because after 20,000 turns, you lose your, you forget your spell. And how many turns am I in? I'm in 11,650,021 turns. So you divide that by 20,000, and every spell that you read will be forgotten a lot. And I didn't want to keep running back to my stash and using up my spell books of Identify, so I just collected every scroll of Identify I found. Oh, did I put them all? Yeah, I put them in my bag already. Okay, let's get the Wand of Wishing. Not there. I have, I think, 2 Concise Nethack videos on the castle level, because back then I thought a Concise Nethack video needed to be short so it could be concise, but it turns out that people don't care if my Concise Nethack videos are long. There's a Wand of Wishing in this chest. So I have yet another Wand of Wishing. I don't remember how many I got. It wasn't as many as I thought. But this is the castle level with no monsters on, or hardly any monsters on it. Wear your Ring of Levitation because this pathway has pit traps in. 11 search, 11 search, 11 search. Searching doesn't search the square you're on. Have you noticed? 11 search, 11 search, 11 search. Remove the Ring of Levitation, kick the door down, kick. And the only thing that maybe, this is the weapons storeroom. Sometimes you'll find an artifact weapon in here, but right now I've seen tens of thousands, maybe 100,000 weapons, and I don't need to pick up weapons. Is there any point in looking at the armor? There's no armor that I consider valuable now. Search, search, kick the door. Any good gems? I saved my gems and carried all of them I could carry out of the dungeon, but I did have to drop the cheaper ones. So I went to the gems page on nethackwiki.com and saw the value of each of the gems, and I dropped all my least valuable gems. I dropped maybe half my gems, I don't remember. Dropped a lot of gems. Is there anything I want to see here? Even tins are no longer helpful to me. Put L, open the door, yes, open the door, and move L. And I'll go ahead and go down to the Valley of the Dead, just so you can see that I don't remember if it was empty or not. Oh, okay, 2 things happened. One is a sea monster appeared here that I should have killed because this is an Extinctionist game, but he'll still be there when I come back. I go downstairs, and I think it's Sandestans now. I think I have all the shapeshifters have been extinct except for Sandestans. And I'm in a pre-release version of NetHack 3.7 that is still getting these cannot open record file error messages that I have to just space through when Sandestans show up. So here I am in the Valley of the Dead, and we get Vrox. So there are monsters here. If I cast C here, I actually do. I get Bone Devils. So I can sit here now for the next few thousand turns, few thousand kills, few tens of thousands of turns maybe, and kill these monsters, one of which is Sandestans, which can cast summon nasties on me. Did I show you at this point the Vanquished command? So all these guys are extinct now, not Minotaurs, which is why I was able to kill 2 of them upstairs. Not Disenchanters, not Nalfishnees. Everybody, lots of things are, lots of things aren't, and that's 30,000. I don't remember what I told you it was, but it was 30,000 creatures vanquished. I'm not going to show you playing all the Valley of the Dead, but there are monsters here. Pausing the video. Okay, now I'm at 33,000 creatures killed, and this is my main stash on dungeon level 9. So you've seen that I've already been down to Valley of the Dead, been down to the castle level. I'm sitting at 12 million 12 million turns. I've left my experience level at 21, and I keep it there for a while. Your experience level can go up to 30 as a max, and then you can continue to quaff potions of gain level after that. But to increase your hit points and your spell casting power, we're 250,000 turns in, and I'm back up to level 9. The main thing I wanted to show you here was my stash. So if I cast Zap C, nothing happens here. You can see that I'm forgetting that spell, so I need to read the Create Monster spell book again. But I want to show you my stash. If I move this boulder out of the way and use the pickup command with a comma, you can see I've got an amulet. Used to save all my amulets for polypiling. Don't need to anymore. You can see I got a bunch of weapons here and some armor. I've done most of my killing for the early levels on dungeon level 1 and 7. So my junk here, I've probably got 10 times this junk on the other levels. But let's look in my stash. If I loot the chest, I'll loot out. Show you what I've got in my chest. I've collected nearly 150,000 Zork mids. I left all of that here. I couldn't carry it. I carried gems instead, so I should have stopped collecting gold a long time ago. Got some amulets. I stopped picking up amulets except for amulets of life saving. Got several of those. I don't remember if I ever died in this game or not. I know I got really close once, and I'll show you that place here in a few minutes. But amulets of life saving, some more of those. These are the artifact weapons I picked up along the way. Artifact weapons can be worth a lot of experience points when you win the game. I used to collect armor that I thought might be helpful, but stopped that. I got 19 tins of floating eye meat just in case I lose telepathy. I can eat those tins. I've got a bunch of blank scrolls here, over 100 blank scrolls, because I had several magic markers, and blank scrolls and magic markers are a great combination. I got some scrolls of charging. I got some enchant armors. I haven't even read all my enchant armors yet. I got more enchant weapons than I'll ever need. You can only enchant your weapon up to level 7, so these are all junk now. I collected my scrolls of genocide in case I wanted to do reverse genociding to quickly extinct a monster type, but I didn't do that. Kept a bunch of scrolls of identify. You want at least, I like to have 5 scrolls of gold detection. Didn't find that many here. I was kind of surprised. I think I only had these 7 scrolls of gold detection, but you want 5 of them for ascending, or at least 4, minimum of 4. 5 is nice or so. Got some magic mapping I never used. Kept my removed curse in case I ever needed it. Kept some taming. Kept a lot of spell books. I've got how many create monsters? 1, 2. Oh, I used to have 3. If you read a spell book while you're confused, you tear it to shreds. So that's why I only have 2. I got a bunch of extra healing. I never cast that much. 3 Fingers of Death. Force Bolt. Kept my Identify. It's got a lot of spell books of Identify. That's good. Got a few lights. There's magic mapping. I need to read that. Magic missile, love that because you can never have too many magic missiles. Okay, those are my spell books. I got a bunch of potions, got 61 extra healings. What do you do with those? When your hit points are at maximum, you bless those potions and you quaff them. You probably can't carry 61 potions of extra healing, even with the Gauntlets of Power, so you have to pull those out a few at a time. Got a bunch of cursed items here. I would pull as many cursed items out as I could carry and read a blessed scroll of remove curse and uncurse them all, and then okay, that's your potion of extra healing. Some of them were diluted because I fell in the water. Why did I fall in the water? Because somebody confused me and I stepped into the water, or maybe a dragon or a minotaur knocked me backward into the water. Don't remember. Potions of healing are great. Regular healing are great. Well, first of all, except potions of gain ability are worthless because my stats are maxed out. So that's junk. Gain energy, those are always good. I didn't find many of them, but those need to be blessed and then read when my power is at maximum. Gain levels, I will quaff all of those later in the game. I'm only experience level 21 or something now, but I'll quaff all those to run that up past 30 and then to run my maximums up past that. Healings are great. You dip them into potions of speed, so potions of speed are great. When you dip a stack of potions of healing into a potion of speed, you get diluted potions of extra healing, which you then bless and quaff to run up your max hit points. I kept some polymorph in case I wanted to polypile speed. You dip extra or healing into that. I've got 35 holy water and 50 water. I kept a bunch of water because I didn't know how many I'd need. I kept a couple of unholy water just in case for whatever reason I needed to curse something. Kept a bunch of rings, but the ones I need I carry in my main inventory. A bunch of rings. I could have polypiled those rings and maybe gotten a highly charged increased damage. Didn't do it. Kept a bunch of wands. Create monsters in death. I got a bunch of wands of death because dragons can drop them and other things can drop them, but I didn't use them. I used my finger of death instead. There's a potion of enlightenment. Can show you your luck and your alignment record. I never remembered if I had stashed a wand of striking or not, and I wanted one for the castle level. So I got a bunch of those. Wands of teleportation. I thought they were valuable. They're not. Wand of Undead Turning, that was helpful for when I was farming my jellies. Got a bunch of unicorn horns till I realized there were 360 of them and I wanted to stop collecting them. Only one other magic lamp than the one I carry in my inventory, and not very many magic markers, but that was enough. Lots of unicorn horns and then all the gems I could carry. That's what it looks like. Well, I'll show you my Vanquished. Named demons, Medusa, and Croesus. This game had Fort Ludios, where Croesus lives. Not every game does, but this one did. So, I still got some minotaurs to kill, and some skeletons. Still got some ghosts. We'll see if I can find those. Water demons, anyway. And there we are at 33,000 killed. Pausing the video. Okay, I'm back. What's happened? So you last saw me on dungeon level 9. I level ported down to as far as I'd gotten in Gehenna. Gehenna was actually very boring because there were very few monsters there. At this point in the game, I've killed most of the monsters that I can spawn at will. So you can see I'm at experience level 30, meaning that I had quaffed all, or at least some of those potions of gain level. So I killed 120 wraiths in this game, and normally I really like wraiths because they can run up my experience level, but I needed to kill the wraiths before I wanted to run up my experience level, and so I let their corpses rot. I've quaffed my potions of gain energy. Had to stop and think again. So you can see my maximum power is up to there. Hit points are now at 2,300. I think I've quaffed some of my healing potions, but I don't remember if I've quaffed all of them. Let me just, so where I'm at right now, I am in Vlad's tower. No, I'm not in Vlad's tower. I'm in the wizard's tower, which means I've cleared Vlad's tower and gone down, found the vibrating square. The place I got closest to death, I didn't save you an image so I could show it to you, but that was Vlad's tower. When you get into Gehenna, at some point you're going to find a second set of upstairs. And when you go upstairs, you're going to find Vlad's tower. And Vlad's tower is usually pretty easy. But I got into Vlad's tower, and suddenly Archons showed up for the first time. An Archon is an angelic being that if you're not blind, it will stun you with its radiance, and it will cast summon nasties. Well, I got onto the first level of Vlad's tower, and halfway through the level, and suddenly I had 6 or 8 Archons on that level. They'll run away, so they don't get right next to you. Archons don't get right next to you, so they'll stand back and cast summon nasties at you, and you try and kill them, but you can't because you're surrounded by master mind flayers and minotaurs and cockatrices. So I got into trouble, and that's the closest I got to dying this whole game. I was completely surrounded by monsters. The full dungeon level was Vlad's tower. The levels are not very big, but they were completely packed with monsters, and I was quite a ways from the stairs, and so Archons kept, showing up. They'd come and cast summon monsters and then run away, and I was completely surrounded by these bad monsters. Fortunately, I had my Ring of Conflict, so I put that on. That saved me from some of the trouble, since the monsters would sometimes attack each other. And I was feeling, I've got 2,300 hit points. Nothing can hurt me. Well, it turns out that if you get trapped far from the stairs, you can be hurt. Now that I think about it, I maybe could have level ported. Oh, I couldn't level port out of there. I was so cocky. I wasn't even carrying scrolls of teleportation, and I was in trouble. And I probably could have picked up a scroll of teleportation and level ported out of there, but I just kind of panicked and thought I have to get to the stairs to get out of here. I couldn't very quickly work my way back to the stairs because I was surrounded by nasty monsters. So what I would do is kill the monster that was between me and the stairs, and then try to take a step toward the stairs before an Archon cast summon nasties again, which would summon just one nasty because the whole level was packed. And I slowly worked my way down, or toward the stairs. I had a potion of full healing. At least I was that smart to carry one of those, but it only healed me by 1,000 hit points. It didn't take me back to full. It raised me up by about 1,000. And anyway, I was able to kill the weakest monsters between me and the stairs, work my way back to the stairs, and then finally get to the downstairs. I went downstairs and thought, aha, I'm saved. But it turns out that Archons will flee between levels. And so when I had been fighting Archons, some of them would flee and go down the stairs. So when I got down to the downstairs and went down to the level below the Vlad's tower, well, there were 6 or 8 Archons there that had since healed up completely and restored their spell power, and they again tried the same trick of summoning nasties to kill me there. But I was able to finally get out of that one, and then I was much more careful. I think I was down to like below 100 hit points. I don't remember exactly. But I am now in in the Wizard's Tower. You can see this room here is normally full of a zoo with it's full of monsters. Everyone's sitting on a pile of gold. There's nobody here because everybody's extinct. Zap. I'm going to zap create monster, and nothing happens. So that's the potion confusion. Don't need it. So I'm just going to go ahead and kill the wizard. 11 search, kick. Oh well. 11 search, kick. Which way do you go? 11 search, kick. Don't need a spell book of deck. See 11 search. Nope. 11 search. Kick. Don't need an amulet of restful siege. 11 search. Kick. But this is what the whole Gehenna was like. 11 search. Nobody home. Ghost town everywhere. 11 search. Kick. I don't know. Do you want to see this? There still are a few things. We got Horned Devils here. I cannot summon Horned Devils with a shift by casting Create Monster. So I did not extinct Horned Devils like I didn't extinct Sea Monsters. 11 search. You may not want to see this. Search. Yeah, there it is. What's that trap? An anti-magic field. That's why my power is only 618, because I keep stepping on those. This is the Wizard of Yendor right here, and I've wrap my towel around my head. Oh, apply E, put E. You can see the Wizard of Yendor. I think I won't show. Why not? You might want to see it, right? Who wants to see it? Raise your hand. 11 search. 11 search. Sometimes, if you wake him up, he'll come out of his room and 11 search. So he's meditating. He'll not wait for me to get there. 11 search. Huh. Okay. So yes. 11 search. Feel clumsy. So my dexterity is clear down to 16. It's supposed to be at 18 because I've been satiated. Trying to find the way into that. There we go. Search. Okay. So we got a bunch of sea monsters here. Zap F. So kill those. Zap F. Kill those. Krakens, you can kill them by just attacking, but Zap A. This Kraken I'm going to take out with Magic Missile, save a few spell points. 2 Magic Missiles ought to do it, because he's standing so that I can reflect my spell and hit him twice. Kraken, Zap A, and same thing. 2 hits ought to do it, and maybe the same thing here. Zap A, killed him with 1 hit. Put L, verify that my Force Bolt is still good. It's not gone. So apply P that way. So he's awake. Zap F. I'm going to kill him with Finger of Death. That won't kill the demon here. Wield A. And he's gating in more demons. Barbed Devils. Remove L. And there's the Book of the Dead. I need that. I've got the Book of the Dead. I can head downstairs and perform the invocation now and get the Amulet of Yendor. What else do I want to show you? I think I will pause here and pick it up at the elemental level of Earth. So I'll just talk you through what I do now. I continue on down to the lowest level, the Sanctum, I think they call it. I'll kill the priest down there. I'll get the Amulet of Yendor, and then I'm going to head up to dungeon level 1. So pausing my recording so that you can see that here. Okay. Now what I've done is I've got the Amulet of Yendor. So there's the Amulet of Yendor. I'll show you what's in my bag. Well, before I show you my bag, I'll show you my stats. My experience points is up to 30 because I've quaffed my how many dozens of gain level potions I had. I've got my hit points at close to 4,400. I quaffed all my potions of gain. whatever you call that, to gain your spell points. Can't ever remember the name. Um, my turns are still only 276,000, but I am ready to ascend. So I'll show you what's in my bag because I stopped at my stash to get all ready for my ascension. These are the things I'm carrying in my bag. I was only able to carry 13,000 gold, almost nothing. Do you think 5 amulets of life saving, in addition to the one I'm currently wearing right now, will be enough? I've saved all of the artifact weapons that I found in the game. I have too much food. I don't need this much. I'm carrying with me a scroll of charging just in case, because I have a wand or two of wishing, and if I get in trouble, I want to be able to charge my wand of wishing. Oh, speaking of which, I told you the trouble I got to in Vlad's tower. I thought, no problem, I have a wand of wishing in my bag. I'll just pull that out and zap it and get whatever I need and escape this death trap that I'm in. Pulled out my wand of wishing and zapped it, and nothing happened. I didn't realize I'd expended all the charges, and I did not have a scroll of charging or a magic marker with me, so I couldn't recharge my wand of wishing and get out of there. I'm carrying 5 scrolls of gold detection and some remove curses just in case. I've got a few potions of full healing since I don't know what's going to happen. Some rings. These are my backup rings just in case. Some wands, a couple wands of wishing, and some other stuff I might need. I'm only carrying 1 magic marker. Finally put my pickaxe in my bag so I could carry more stuff. And some gems. 57 amber stones, 73 amethysts, dilithium crystals. I only found 4 dilithium crystals in the whole game. They're rare. But these are just the most expensive gems that the ones that I could carry. My plan now is to complete the ascension. I'm going to go upstairs from dungeon level 1. I'm going to go through the plane of earth, air, water, fire. Is that the right order? And then the astral plane, and I'm going to sacrifice the amulet of Endor. I have Concise Nethack videos showing all those planes, but it's going to be different now since I'm Extinctionist. I'm not going to see the things that I normally see there. I'm going to go upstairs here. There will be no return. Still climb. Yes. Okay. Prove thyself worthy or perish. Well, we have the wizard there. There's also going to be an elven leader here that looks kind of like the wizard. Okay. But if I use the look command or whatever that is with the semicolon, that's the wizard. Zap F that way. Now, when you have the amulet of Endor in your possession, it drains your power more quickly. But I'm not too worried about running out of power, frankly. Kill the Minotaur. Now I'm going to zap C right here, and you can see that nothing happens. I'm on the plane of Earth, and zap. I know there are monsters that could be here, but are not. Okay, so I need to find the magic portal to the next level. Out of my bag, I'm going to take a scroll of gold detection, just 1. I'm going to zap B to become confused. I'm going to read F. I'm confused, mispronouncing magic words. If you read gold detection while you're confused, it will reveal all traps. There's only 1 trap on this level. It's right there. Apply U to be unconfused, and I have in my main inventory a wand of digging, just 1, but the Minotaur dropped me another. I'll pick that up just in case. Zap D that way. Zap D that way. Now there will be earth elementals on this level. Zap D that way. And I could hunt them down and kill them. Zap D that way. But you don't want to watch me kill them all. Now before I step into here to end up in the plane of air, I believe, I'm going to pull out my next scroll of gold detection. 1B. And step into the magic portal. And I end up stunned and confused and slightly dizzy. There's no gravity here. I'm going to put on a ring of levitation to gain control over my movements. I'm still stunned. Apply U, zap C. Zap create monster, nothing happens. Let's find the portal. Zap a spell that's gone. I am confused and stunned and levitating. I'm going to read my scroll of gold detection. I feel entrapped. Here is the magic portal. It's right above the space by the W. I'm going to leave my mouse there. Space. Now I'm confused and stunned. Apply U. Okay, let's move that direction. When lightning strikes, I'm frozen, and this genie came in next to me. Kill the genie. Where are all the earth elementals? Well, earth elementals are extinct. Sorry, I said that wrong. Air elementals are extinct. The air elementals that are normally on this plane are very bad and might kill you, but I killed the easy version of elementals and extincted them all while I was playing the game, so there are none left here. So I got no elementals. Step into the magic portal. No, because out. I'm going to take out a scroll of gold detection. Now I'll step in, become deaf. I'm still deaf from the lightning. Apply U, zap, a spell I've forgotten. I'm confused. Read F, mispronounce the magic words, and lots of fire traps and one magic portal right there. Apply U to become unconfused. Let's zap C. I hear a whoosh. I don't remember what that is, but nothing appeared. That's poison cloud. Just to be sure, I hear a whoosh. Anybody know what I hear a whoosh means? I don't remember. I'm still levitating, so I can walk over lava. Minotaur and Barb Devil. Should I kill all the monsters here since this is an extinction game? Well, you could watch me play the real, kill everybody. Black glow surrounding me. That's because the Wizard of Yendor is cursing my items, but I have magic being wielded, so all you do is feel a malignant aura, but it doesn't actually curse anything. Take out a scroll of gold detection, step in, and now I'm in the plane of water. Become unstunned so I don't walk into the water. This one takes a while. Oh, I have electric eels, but if I zap C, nothing happens other than the amulet draining my power. I'm going to eat an electric eel, or start anyway. Kill the shark, eat the eel, kill the jellyfish. He left me a wand of digging. Eat the nothing. I'm killing monsters that I might normally just run away from. I'm waiting for my bubble to carry me over to the place where the magic portal is. I haven't found the magic portal yet. I'm going to do that now. I have my scroll of gold detection. Zap, some spell. I'm stunned. Apply U. I don't want to be stunned. I want to be confused. Zap B. I'm stunned. I don't want to be stunned. I want to be confused. Zap B. Stunned. I don't want to be stunned. Zap B. Now I'm confused. I'm reading my scroll of gold detection while confused. It finds the portal, which is way over there, but not only am I in a floating bubble and moving around, the portal is in a floating bubble and moving around. But now that I've unhidden it, it'll stay unhidden and I'll be able to see it when our bubbles merge. Apply U, hit the electric eel. Still waiting for my bubble to move off to the left. And I can attack critters while I wait. Come on, bubble, don't go that way. 5 dot. There's a bubble. So I've moved into another bubble now. 5 dot, 5 dot. My other bubble's going the wrong way. Okay, you can watch my whole Concise Nethack video about the plane of water. I could just pause it here. The Kraken knocks you backward with a forceful strike. You can't levitate in here more. limitless water. Water gets into my bag of holding, towel gets wet, magic lap goes out, but I crawl out. Stop knocking me into the water, you kraken. Okay, I'm pausing till I find the portal. Alright, a couple things have happened. I finally got a bubble that floated to the left while the magic portal bubble floated to the right, and I'm ready to step into the portal. But if I look at into my bag, out, scrolls, you can see that what used to be a blessed scroll of charging is now a blessed unlevel scroll because water got into my bag. And it could be that some of my potions have become diluted too. I should have greased my bag. Didn't do it. I'm stepping into the magic portal. Yes. Okay, I'm on the astral plane. And I got some more critters here. High Temple of Thoth is here. I'm stunned because I stepped into the magic portal. I need to work my way around, find my aligned altar, the neutral altar, and sacrifice the amulet. Do you want to watch while I do that? Excitement in the air. I get a tame angel. I may end up with conflict on here. Turning on my magic lamp. Oh, I'm still stunned. So I just tried to step up this direction and I hit my poor little angel. But he's still tame. So, okay, so he's going to try and help me out. I kick all the doors I can here, remove my levitation, kick the door, and now we're going to find one of the riders here. There we go. This is death. The trouble with death is you can't kill death with a finger of death because he's already dead. And I typically just like to use conflict on these guys. But for grins, do you want to see me with conflict or without? Let's try and do it without. So I'm going to see if my angel will help me with death. He's 40, and he's going to hit me. He's going to attack me, but he missed. My angel is not hitting death, but I can take him halfway down in one hit. I killed him. He's going to revive. And I'm standing on death's corpse, so when he revives, he's going to be right next to me. And my angel is helping me not at all. I don't even see him hitting. So I'm done with angels. I'm going to do conflict. And I suppose if I were being a purist, I would kill all these monsters as Extinctionist before I continued on. Potion of juice. But I'm just not going to kill them all. You don't want to watch that. John the Reaver zaps a wand of lightning. Apply you to undo my blindness. Remove my ring of conflict. And I'm going to see if this is the right altar. It's chaotic. Step away from the altar. Put on C. And you don't want to see everything that happens here. So death has now revived, but I have conflict, so he may be weaker. I have my magic lamp lit, so okay. Apply C. He's blind, but he is not weaker. Nobody hit him. I'm going to attack him head on. Somebody throws a potion of acid at me, but I hit death for 22 points. Killed him. So what I'm doing now is just leaving the area. I'm going to go check the next altar because we've got an altar here, an altar here, and an altar here. And if you really want to know the details, watch my video on the astral plane. Apply U so I'm not blind anymore. Oh, now I'm blind again. Wand of lightning. Got another one of the riders here. So there are 3 riders. Death, then there's famine and pestilence. Those 2 are. Okay, apply U. So with my hit points, I've dropped 140 hit points down from 4,382 to 4,242. I'm not too worried about dying outright. Close, Control D. Why do I close the door and then kick it? So I can walk through at an angle. And I'm going to zap F and kill that rider, whatever that was. I'm blind again. Apply U. I want to see, so I apply my unicorn horn. And I'm blind again because somebody zapped me with lightning. Apply U. Apply U. There we go. Oh, yeah, I'm not going there. I'm going up here. So they're hitting each other. Look, a priestess was killed. That's what conflict will do for you. It might soften up the monsters, and it might get them killed outright. Kick the door. Remove my conflict. This is my altar. Okay, if I were a purist, now that I've found the altar, I would go kill everybody. I don't know how many times the riders can revive, but I'm not a purist. I'm going to become unblind, and now I'm going to sacrifice the amulet. No, I'm not. I'm going to pull out some potions. I have 5 blessed potions of healing, full healing. My max hit points are at 4382. QV. Now 4390. Repeat. 4390. I'm getting 8 points. Pestilence is hitting me. Oh, I'm terminally ill. Now, I could just go ahead and sacrifice the amulet here, but I'm going to unterminally ill me with my unicorn horn, and now I'm going to sacrifice the amulet. Offer, what do you want to sacrifice? The amulet of Yendor named Real X. Invisible choir, bathed in radiance. Well done. Immortality, demigod. Let's look at the items I was carrying. So I had all of my armor at +5. I was able to do that because I had some curse scrolls of enchant armor, so that when I enchanted it to +4, I could decrease it to +3 and enchant it again with a blessed enchant armor. I know I'm being very brief and not giving a lot of details because I'm assuming that if you're interested in Extinctionism, you've probably watched several of my other videos and you know the things I've talked about. All right. Contents of the bag, plenty of life-saving. I didn't bring them all. I didn't think I'd need them all. Bunch of gems. Okay. See your attributes. Yes. Level 30, neutral. I was right-handed. Is it possible to be left-handed? I don't know. Experience points. I had 188,837,929 experience points. I had 4,422 hit points. I got 854 energy points. I was armor class -41. That's pretty good for somebody not wearing a shield, which I probably could have done. I could have worn a +5 enchanted shield. So I was maxed out. Oh, my intelligence. Yeah, 23. That's good. Because I was intelligence 18 and I was wearing a helm of brilliance. Same with wisdom. +5 helm of brilliance. Bumped those two both up from 18 to 25. Envoy of balance. All my stats. You could have avoided a one-shot death via saving grace. But I did survive. I don't know what saving grace is. That'd be something interesting to learn. I survived, meaning this whole game I never died once. Although, as I mentioned earlier, there were 3 times the game became corrupted. Your elapsed playing time was 30 days, 16 hours, 34 minutes, and 38 seconds. I don't know how they calculate that. Well, that was probably, I don't know how. It was a lot. It took forever. It took me over 2 months. One final time, let's look at my #Vanquished command. Named demons. Medusa. I did not exterminate krakens or minotaurs. Even though I tried, they wouldn't come when I cast Create Monster. There were more skeletons. Only one queen bee. But anyway, these are the monsters that are mostly exterminated. Going slow. You can actually pause if you want to on any of these. Alright, I only killed less than 35,000 creatures. When I did my math and said there were, 320 creatures you could kill 120 times, I thought I could summon minotaurs, as many as I wanted, and horned devils and all the others. But I am below my estimated 40,000 monster kills because some of those monsters I could not summon with create monster. And I didn't want to wait around forever to see if they'd summon on their own. Genocide. I want to prove to you what I did and did not genocide. So I genocided liches before I decided I was going to be doing extinctionism. So if it doesn't say extinct after it, it means that I used genocide to kill it. So I killed archliches and master liches with genocide, and demoliches and liches. And you will also find shocking spheres in this list if I don't skip over them. Haven't seen them yet. Okay, I missed them. They were in there. You probably saw them, and I didn't. Shocking spheres was also on there. So 5 species genocided, 271 species extinct. 271 times about 120 is around 35,000 apparently, because that's how many I killed. Conducts, yes. Never changed form, used 8 wishes, didn't wish for artifacts. I got through Sokoban without having to break the rules. I'm the guy who made the videos in YouTube about how to solve Sokoban, and I still get it wrong sometimes. Okay, all my achievements, I don't care about those, and I ascended. Dungeon overview, no point in that. So here's the final. I went to my reward with 39,146,998 points. These are the artifacts I had. They were worth a lot of points. My gems were worth some points. I could have run that up if I had found some more things to discard, like my pickaxe. I could have brought some more gems with me, but I wasn't particularly worried about points. But still, 39 million, that's pretty good, right? I was level 30 with a maximum of 4,000 hit points when I ascended. That is the end. I am never, ever, ever playing another Extinctionist game as long as I live. But I hope you've enjoyed my misery in this Concise Nethack game about Extinctionism. Thank you for watching.